grab your popcorn because the Harris family drama just exploded harder than a Zeus Network reunion. Karlissa didn't just lose her temper this time, she detonated. We're talking full meltdown mode, volume on max, phone shaking like it was filming a tornado. And the reason? A DNA test that apparently exposed a secret so wild, it made Blueface's entire bloodline start trending. This wasn't some quiet family dispute. This was reality TV without the editing. Hood Trophy Bino dropped the results on live like he was hosting Maury West Coast Edition, and Karlissa reacted like the results said her Wi-Fi was the real father. Chaos erupted. Screens were recording, blogs were exploding, and the internet did what it does best: pick sides, make memes, and turn pain into trending hashtags. They said the test would bring clarity. Instead, it brought carnage. Accusations flew faster than Blueface's tweets, and every sentence Karlissa yelled sounded like the trailer to a new Zeus spin-off. Mother's gone mad? You think you've seen family drama? Think again. Because after this DNA test leak, the definition of messy just got rewritten. Welcome to Fame Flaws, where secrets go live, receipts never sleep, and loyalty gets exposed in 4K. It all started with one tiny envelope, the kind Maury Povich built an empire on. But this wasn't a TV stage. This was Instagram Live, where dignity goes to die and chaos gets Wi-Fi. Karlissa hopped online full of fire, fury, and fresh lashes, ready to defend her family name, until Hood Trophy Bino pulled out that DNA test like it was a smoking gun. Now, let's set the stage. For months, the Blueface family tree has looked less like Ancestry.com and more like a family feud hosted by Lucifer himself. Between baby mamas, missing loyalty, and endless lives, the tension was already at boiling point. But when Bino, the quiet one of the crew, went public with a DNA result that allegedly proves Blueface's deepest secret, the internet lost all sense of reality. It started innocently enough. Bino went live. Voice calm, demeanor cool, but you could feel the tension under every syllable. "They think I'm lying," he said. "So let's show the truth." Then he held up that paper like Moses holding the 10 Commandments. The comment section exploded instantly. "What's going on? DNA test? Somebody call Maury." Within seconds, thousands tuned in. The energy was electric, because if you know Karlissa, you know this woman has a PhD in public meltdowns and a minor in drama management. When word reached her that Bino was on live exposing family business, Karlissa didn't hesitate. She jumped on her own live faster than you can say clout chase. And that's when the digital earthquake hit. Who gave him that paper? She screamed, pacing like a detective who just realized the culprit was in her own house. "You think you're going to expose my son? Boy, you better check your own bloodline." The chat went crazy. People flipped between both lives like a tennis match. 1 second, Bino was calm, reading out portions of the test like an investigative journalist. The next, Karlissa was threatening to pull up, while Blueface's name trended higher than a Drake diss track. Let's be clear, this wasn't your typical live argument. This was a family nuclear war streamed in real time. The more Karlissa yelled, the more Bino smiled. The more Bino dropped receipts, the more Karlissa's Wi-Fi started cutting out. It was poetic chaos. Bino said, "All I'm saying is, people been lying for years. This test right here, it clears me. And it exposes him." Boom. Just like that, the internet turned into a digital courtroom. The prosecution, Bino. The defense, Karlissa's lungs. Within minutes, clips started circulating. TikTok, Twitter, Reddit. Every corner of the internet was dissecting the drama. One side called Bino the truth teller. The other said Karlissa got exposed by her own DNA. And then came the question that broke the web. Is Blueface really who they say he is? Karlissa's response? An operatic scream that could have summoned ancestors. "You can't expose nothing that God already handled," she shouted. "That paper don't mean nothing to me." Except it did. Because, according to insiders, that test allegedly confirmed something Karlissa never wanted public. A family detail that changes everything. Some say it tied Bino closer to the family than she admitted. Others claim it hinted that one of her long-denied rumors might actually be true. Either way, the damage was done. Bino had receipts. Karlissa had rage. And Blueface? Silent. His silence only made things worse. Fans spammed his comments. "Your mama wilding again?" "Is the test real?" "Blink twice if you the daddy." Blueface posted nothing, which in influencer language means he watching everything. By this point, every gossip blog on Earth had gone live with their own version. One headline read, DNA disaster, Karlissa versus Bino, the family feud you didn't know you needed. Another said, Blueface DNA bombshell sparks total meltdown. Even celebrities were chiming in. Lil Boozy commented, man, y'all need therapy, not Lev. Tamar Braxton wrote, every day this family gives Zeus free promo. And you know it's bad when Tamar calls you messy. But Karlissa wasn't done. She came back for round 2 with more heat than a Hot 97 freestyle. Let me tell you something, she said, pointing into the camera like a pastor on caffeine. That man Bino don't know half of what he talking about. I birthed a legend, not a liar. Meanwhile, Bino doubled down. She can scream all she wants, he said coolly. But the truth don't change just because it hurts. That line alone hit the internet like a quote straight from a Netflix documentary. The truth don't change because it hurts. Fans plastered it everywhere. Twitter bios, TikTok captions, even merch pages started printing it. And then came the ultimate twist. A mysterious voice memo surfaced, allegedly of Blueface talking about the DNA drama with one of his homies. They doing too much, he said. That test ain't even supposed to be out. The voice was unmistakable. Suddenly, the internet didn't care what the results were. They cared why Blueface didn't want it public. By now, Karlissa's live had turned into a full-blown sermon. She brought props, screenshots, and Bible verses, calling Bino a Judas in designer jeans. Fans were eating it up. She preaching. No, she spiraling. This woman need her own talk show. And she might actually get one. Zeus allegedly reached out to film a DNA reunion special featuring Karlissa, Bino, and, wait for it, Blueface himself. You can't make this up. The same drama that ripped their family apart was about to be turned into primetime profit. But even before the cameras could roll, the internet had already crowned its winner. Clips of Karlissa screaming and crying racked up millions of views, while Bino's calm confession turned him into the people's hero. He handled that like a G, one fan wrote. Karlissa been messy since MySpace, another added. Still, beneath the laughs, something darker was brewing. For years, Karlissa had been the loudest voice defending her son, but now, after this test, after this live, even her loyal fans started to question her motives. She not protecting family, she protecting ego, one comment said. Bino showing receipts, she showing rage. And that's the tragedy beneath the entertainment. This wasn't just about bloodlines. It was about betrayal, control, and pride. As Karlissa screamed into her phone, "Ain't no paper in the world can change my truth." Bino went offline, whispering, "It already did." The war had begun, and the whole internet was watching. Because in the world of Blueface's bloodline, family isn't about DNA. It's about who can go live first. By the next morning, social media wasn't a platform. It was a battlefield. Twitter looked like a virtual war zone. Instagram was flooded with memes. And YouTube reaction channels were already titling their videos. Karlissa versus Bino, the DNA apocalypse explained. People woke up grabbing their phones before brushing their teeth just to check who went live overnight. And surprise, both of them did. Karlissa was back at it before sunrise, hair wrapped, robe on, screaming into her phone like she was headlining a Zeus special called Mother Mayhem. Her opening line, "Bino, you gon' regret the day you messed with Karlissa." The comments were flooded with laughing emojis, popcorn gifs, and "we back" messages from fans who had no shame admitting this was their morning entertainment. Meanwhile, Bino had uploaded a calm, calculated video on his page. Black hoodie, straight face, no music. Just him saying, "Y'all saw what I posted. You can't fake DNA. I didn't start this, but I'm gonna finish it." Boom. The comment section lit up like a fireworks show. He said what he said. "Karlissa can't spin science. Somebody call Maury and this man just went legend." Now, if you think that diffused Karlissa's rage, think again. That clip had the exact opposite effect. She jumped back on live within minutes, her voice trembling with fury and caffeine. "He think he can humiliate me online? I've been famous. I've been trending. I made Blueface. And now these wannabes want to act like they know something." The chat went wild. "Karlissa in boss mode again. Someone take her phone, please." We need this on Zeus by Friday, but the true bombshell hit around noon when someone leaked the full version of Bino's original live. The parts that were missing? Yeah, they were the real grenades. In the uncut version, Bino not only claimed that Karlissa had been hiding the truth for years, but that Blueface allegedly knew about the DNA situation long before the public did. He said he knew. That's the crazy part. He been knew. But they wanted to keep it under wraps because the truth don't fit the brand. The internet lost its collective mind. What brand? One fan commented. Is he saying Blueface lied about his own family? This some Shakespeare-level betrayal. Memes started flying left and right. One viral tweet showed Karlissa holding a fake Maury envelope with the caption, "You are not the truth." It was comedy gold, but beneath the memes there was genuine shock. Because for once, it wasn't just Karlissa's credibility on trial, it was Blueface's. Blueface, for his part, tried to act unbothered. He posted a video of himself in the studio, captioned, "Family business ain't for fans," but that only poured gasoline on the fire. Fans spammed his comments, "Then tell your mama to log off." Bro, y'all been doing this in public. It's already a show. Even celebrities couldn't resist chiming in. 50 Cent commented, "This family got more plot twists than power." Rick Ross posted a crying emoji under a Gossip Blog's post, and Tamar Braxton went live just to say, "I thought my family was wild." By this point, Karlissa had turned her rage into a sermon. She started quoting scripture mid-rant, saying, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper," especially a fake DNA test. The chat didn't know whether to say amen or call a therapist. Meanwhile, Bino went live again, this time with backup. A few friends sitting behind him, nodding like hype men for the truth. "Ain't nothing fake about this," he said. "Y'all want to keep it in the dark because it makes the family look messy. But messy Ben y'all brand." That one line, "Messy Ben y'all brand," became the catchphrase of the week. People printed it on shirts. It trended on Twitter for 2 days straight. Even bloggers started using it as their headline. The internet was now officially divided. Team Karlissa, claiming Bino was clout-chasing, lying, and trying to break the family apart. Team Bino, calling him brave for finally telling the truth that everyone else was scared to say. Then came the twist that sent everything into overdrive. A random account, one that had posted Blueface leaks before, uploaded a screenshot of what appeared to be text messages between Karlissa and someone saved as Bino. The messages showed Karlissa allegedly saying, "We gotta make sure this don't get out. It'll ruin everything." It was unverified. Unconfirmed, but the damage was instant. Every gossip page reposted it with headlines like, "Karlissa caught! Did she know the whole time?" And "DNA cover-up scandal explodes. Karlissa went nuclear." She jumped back on Live for the 5th time that day, screaming at her phone like it owed her money. "Those messages are fake. AI made them. You think I'm stupid enough to text something like that?" she yelled, pacing back and forth. "Y'all gonna see what a real mother look like when I'm done." But the problem was, nobody believed her anymore. Even longtime supporters were in the comments saying, "Karlissa, sis, this one looking bad. Just log off before you trend again. It's giving denial." And Bino? He didn't even respond this time. He just posted a single tweet that broke the internet. "I don't argue with people who already lost the DNA and the plot." The internet went feral. Screenshots flooded every app. TikToks remixed it into songs. Reaction channels used it as their intro sound. Bino had officially won the public opinion war. At least for now. But let's not pretend Karlissa went quietly. Oh no, she's a Harris. She retaliated the only way she knows how, with more chaos. She dropped a series of old family pictures on Instagram, captioning them, "Fake bloodlines don't make real loyalty." That was her way of throwing shade while pretending she wasn't throwing shade. Classic Karlissa. And just when everyone thought she was done, boom, she went on Zeus's Live and Loaded show to set the record straight. Within minutes, she was crying, yelling, and blaming the devil and bad Wi-Fi for the family drama. It was television gold. The clip hit 1 million views in 3 hours. Bino, on the other hand, didn't even mention her name again. His silence spoke louder than any rant. Fans said it perfectly. When Karlissa talks, people laugh. When Bino talks, people listen. By now, Blueface's silence was suspicious. People were demanding he pick a side. You with your mama or your brother? You gonna clear your name or what? But Blueface stayed mute, letting the chaos feed itself. And that's when the internet realized something deeper. This wasn't just about DNA. It was about legacy, loyalty, and the crumbling empire of a family that built fame out of dysfunction. Karlissa was fighting to keep control. Bino was fighting to be heard. And Blueface? He was fighting not to look guilty. And the internet? It was loving every minute. Because in the Harris universe, every secret comes with a live, and every live comes with a meltdown. By day 3, this wasn't just family drama anymore. It was a full-blown cultural event. News outlets were reporting it like a national emergency. Every gossip podcast had DNA Gate in the title, and fans were calling it the greatest live meltdown in influencer history. What started as one test turned into a wildfire that torched reputations, alliances, and maybe even Blueface's entire career blueprint. Karlissa had gone quiet overnight. And when Karlissa goes quiet, it's not peace, it's the calm before another digital hurricane. People were whispering, "She cooking something!" And oh, she was. At exactly 8:17 a.m., she went live again. Full glam this time. Lashes, lipstick, fury. You could tell she was ready for war. "Let's get one thing straight," she began, tapping the screen like it owed her an apology. "I don't need a piece of paper to tell me who my family is. I carried my kids. I raised my kids. These outsiders just want clout." The comments flooded in instantly. "She back! Here we go again! Somebody hide Bino's Wi-Fi." But this time, Karlissa came armed with what she called proof. She pulled out a manila folder labeled Family Facts and started flashing old photos, claiming they disproved everything Bino said. The internet was split between laughing and analyzing. "She really brought a folder to live?" one fan commented. "Ma'am, this ain't court, this Instagram." Still, the live was trending in minutes. Blogs reposted every second, captions reading, "Karlissa doubles down after DNA scandal, brings evidence to Instagram." Meanwhile, Bino wasn't taking the bait. Instead of clapping back, he posted a photo of himself chilling in the studio with a caption that simply said, "When the truth already spoke, silence is peace." That single line hit harder than a diss track. Within hours, it had over 1 million likes, and fans were quoting it like scripture. Bino 316, "The truth shall trend forever," one fan joked. Then, boom, another twist hit the timeline. An anonymous tip was sent to multiple gossip blogs, claiming that the DNA test wasn't the only secret Karlissa was hiding. Screenshots attached. Allegedly, there was a second test, one that could connect another name to the Blueface bloodline. Nobody knew what it meant, but that was enough. The theories started flying faster than a Krisian rock punch. Second test? Is there another sibling? Karlissa got more explaining to do. This family tree got more branches than Amazon. Within hours, everyone from Tasha K to Hollywood Unlocked was covering the leak. Memes exploded again. One viral tweet said, "Karlissa's family got more plot twists than Avengers Endgame." And as the internet laughed, Karlissa cried. On her next live, the anger had turned to heartbreak. "They trying to make me look like the villain," she said through tears. "But all I ever did was protect my family." Her voice cracked. "Y'all don't know what it's like to have your kids turn on you?" For the first time, the chat was divided in a new way. Empathy started creeping in. Okay, I feel for her now. She needs therapy, not cameras. Maybe this hurt her more than she admits. And then, as if scripted by the universe itself, Blueface finally broke his silence. He posted a cryptic tweet. "Sometimes family tell on themselves. That's all I'ma say, one line. No context, no clarification." But it sent the entire internet into cardiac arrest. Fans lost it. What does that mean? He talking about Karlissa? He siding with Bino? Karlissa saw it within minutes. And like clockwork, she exploded again. "He gon' tweet about me now? After I raised him? After I fed him?" She screamed, pounding her chest. "You forgot who had you when the world turned on you, Blue? You gon' side with strangers over your blood?" It was Shakespearean drama, reality TV chaos, and courtroom tension all rolled into one. Meanwhile, Bino stayed silent, which made him look even more powerful. The public now viewed him as the composed truth-teller, and Karlissa as the emotional storm. The hashtags told the story. Why Team Bino was trending higher than Pray for Karlissa, and that's when the real consequences began. Brand deals that had been tied to Blueface's name started quietly disappearing. A clothing line he was promoting removed his posts. One of his upcoming performances was postponed indefinitely. Insiders whispered that the DNA scandal had made his image too unpredictable for sponsors. Krisian Rock? Never. One to miss a headline? Jumped in with her own live, sipping juice and smirking. "Told y'all that family fake," she said. Now they DNA fighting. Next, they gon' test the dog. Fans erupted with laughing emojis, and her clip hit 3 million views in under a day. And Karlissa? She didn't take kindly to that either. "Krisian better keep my name out her mouth before she need a DNA test for them teeth." She screamed on her next live, finger waving at the screen. It was chaos layered on top of chaos. But somewhere between the laughter and the noise, the reality hit. This wasn't just a family fight anymore. It was a public implosion. it was a public implosion. Bino, once a side character in Blueface's messy universe, had become the voice of reason. Karlissa, the mother figure turned main character, had become the symbol of what fame does to family. And Blueface, the self-proclaimed daddy of dysfunction, he became the ghost of his own empire. Silent, surrounded by scandal, and trapped between truth and blood. Then came the final blow. A verified source leaked that Karlissa had been served with legal papers related to defamation and public harassment. The report didn't name who filed it, but everyone knew. The internet gasped. Bino suing her? Not family in court again. This family need a judge on payroll. Karlissa's response? Predictably iconic. She went live one last time, smirked at the camera, and said, "I ain't scared of no papers. You can't cancel a mother." Then she ended the stream mid-sentence. Dramatic, defiant, and deeply Karlissa. That silence afterward was deafening. For once, there were no more lives, no more posts, no more yelling. Just rumors, replays, and reactions echoing across every social feed. The Harris family, the internet's favorite train wreck, had officially run out of track. Bino won the public. Karlissa lost her cool, and Blueface lost control. But make no mistake, this wasn't closure. This was intermission. Because if there's one thing this family's proven, it's that peace is just a commercial break before the next explosion. And when the next one hits, you already know, fame flaws will have front row seats, because in this world, DNA might prove blood. But clout always exposes character. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how one DNA test turned the entire Blueface family tree into a reality show you couldn't turn off. Karlissa snapped, Bino exposed, Blueface hid, and the internet watched it unfold like the Super Bowl of dysfunction. The live feeds were louder than a Zeus reunion, the memes came faster than Blueface's excuses, and the fallout? Legendary. But here's the thing, this story ain't over. Because if there's one thing we've learned about this family, it's that silence is just the loading screen for the next meltdown. Another live, another exclusive, another secret waiting to leak. And when it does, you already know where you'll hear it first. Right here on Fame Flaws, where every secret goes viral and every scandal gets dissected like a science project gone wrong. So before Karlissa's Wi-Fi reconnects and Bino drops another receipt, smash that like button like you're exposing your own DNA test. Drop your wildest theory in the comments and tell me, do you think Blueface's silence means guilt? Or is he letting Mama and Bino destroy each other for sport? And most importantly, subscribe to Fame Flaws, because this channel doesn't just report drama, we turned it into an art form. Turn on those notifications, because the next family eruption could drop any second. This is Fame Flaws, where fame fades, but the flaws go viral. Like, comment, subscribe. Because in the world of Karlissa and Blueface, DNA might confirm blood, but Liv confirms the truth.